Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. My name is Skaggly Bones, and I'm back with another video for you today. So, kind of a long-term, not really a long-term review so much, because I got a number of different types of glasses here. You've seen all these glasses in my previous videos. I will have links below in the descriptions, and you guys down in the description below, you guys can go down there and go to links that are reviews of all these different sunglasses. In fact, if you go to, I have a group that is set up for reviews, and you guys can see the reviews of all these sunglasses in the different playlists, and you should be able to watch all the different videos. So if you want to see the video, like I said, my reviews on these sunglasses, go to those links in the description below that I put there for you, and you can get those reviews. Okay, this isn't so much a review. Now, this is some long-term things that I've noticed with these glasses and kind of what I would recommend that you do about it. So, like I said, this is kind of a little bit beyond what a normal review would be. Okay, so I'm not really, I don't want to say change my opinion of them. I'm changing a little bit just from the fact that it's kind of annoying that this has happened, but I still recommend these Oakleys as well. I still recommend it no matter what, okay? No matter what's happened, just because of, first of all, the customer service has been really good. So one of the things that I noticed over time, and like I said, I've said in previous videos, I'm in a kind of a super warm climate, very hot and humid, and a lot of, in fact, where we're at in Guam here, island of Guam, very close to the equator, about 10 degrees off the equator, so extremely close to the sun, very high concentration of UV rays. So one of the things I noticed, and other people have seen this problem too, in other areas that are very close to where we're at here, especially like in northern Australia and the Philippines, areas like that, they notice this as well. So as you can see here, I'm going to kind of zoom in here. What Oakley does is with their lenses, and don't confuse this with delamination of the lens itself. This is not a delamination of the lens itself, and it doesn't affect the ability to block out UV rays. So those little spots there, if you look on the other side of the lens, you can't actually see them at all. So what Oakley does is Oakley takes their lenses, they create their lenses, they mix into the plastic the UV protection, and also the I don't know how to describe it, I don't want to say debrightening. So these block out whatever percentage of the sun. I don't want to say UV rays because it's light. So whatever is used to block out the sun is mixed in and made into the plastic. That way when you get a scratch like this, it doesn't affect its ability to block out the light. Okay, so you get that scratch there, and typically you won't see it. So I've abused these particular lenses pretty bad, and that's why I got a couple scratches here. But this delamination is to the protective coating that they put on this side, and what Oakley does on all their lenses, what makes their lenses kind of special, is they put this protective coating on here, which when your sweat drips from the bridge up here down the lens, the coating that they put here causes sweat to instantly just drip off the lens, and it doesn't stick to the lens itself. Okay, so the problem with most glasses is that when you get water on them, especially like on the outer side, on the outside right here, when the lens dries, you get these little splotches. Well, the problem is, that's fine. So in wet weather, that's one thing, if it's raining a lot. The problem is, all of us sweat quite a bit, especially in sports like cycling. So if we're sweating, and you get a lot of collection of sweat right here, and it drips down on the lens, your lenses are always going to be all splotchy and a mess. So they put this special protective coating on it, causes the water to run directly off the lens, does not stay on the lens at all, and it makes for a smoother, I want to say, vision or transition with the lens. Okay, so that's how they make those. That's actually what's kind of degrading there, and that's a after process. That's what put on the lens. So I contacted Oakley, got a hold of them. They're going to be sending me some new lenses. Once I get those new lenses in, they've, by the way, and just so you guys know, every so often they've had issues. Different companies have issues with the types of coatings and things that they use on their lenses. And a couple of years ago, well, I'd go back as far as probably 4 years ago till just recently, Oakley has had some issues with some of their different lenses. Okay, and it's been with this coating that they use on the inside of the lens, and it starts to delaminate. Okay, so like I said, if it was to completely come off, it wouldn't actually affect anything. You wouldn't even know if that would completely peel off. The problem is you get this little bubbling effect there. That's what you see there. I'll show you on these M2 frames. See that bubbling effect? Like I said, that's not in the lens itself. That's just on this inner coating here on the inside of the lens. Now let me show you a couple of pairs of Tifoses. And the reason you don't get it with the Tifoses is they don't put that protective coating on there. Makes it a less expensive lens. So these lenses are quite a bit cheaper. You can see, I mean, obviously I have some finger marks there. I'll rub that off. But you don't have that delamination. That delamination is not occurring with these. Okay? That's one of the things I noticed when I wear these. Now these don't have a frame at the top, so when I sweat, the sweat will not drip inside here, but not all sports sunglasses are going to be like that. Most sports sunglasses are going to have the frame at the top. These are a Phototech lens. The Phototech lens, everything, when they build these lenses are typically a harder lens. They're a Corning wear lens, and they build everything into the lens. So they will never ever put that type of coating, that protective coating, on the inside or the outside of the lens. The reason being is anytime you put any special coatings on the lens, what happens is it messes with the Phototech capabilities, and normally they don't work as good. Okay, so Oakleys, which have the Phototech, tend to be less susceptible. They're not susceptible to this bubbling like some of their other ones are. Now, I have some other Oakleys that haven't done it. My carbon blades have not done this because it doesn't have that special coating on it. So not all Oakleys are like that. Most of them are. I would say probably 98% of them, all the different Oakleys are made like that. And that happens to all of them that are. Not all years have they done that. So some people have older Oakleys, and those older Oakleys don't ever get that bubbling effect. So if you ever get that, my recommendation is getting a hold of the factory. If they're too old, obviously get some new lenses, but get a hold of the factory, let Oakley know, tell them you're getting that issue. I have a membership to the Oakley SI site because I'm in the military, so I get most of my stuff through them, and I can get most of my lenses for pretty cheap anyways, get replacement lenses. It takes a long time before it does that, but like I said, it's just kind of annoying. So my recommendation, if you have a lot of problem with that, go with something like the Tifoses or some Surface. I got some Surface over here. They don't do that. They have not had any of the problem doing that. And then typically the clear lenses won't do that as well. So, you know, the ones that have zero reduction, they won't have that problem. So kind of that's just kind of my overview on what has happened with some of these sunglasses, just so you guys kind of understand that it could happen to you. Okay, I'm not saying that I don't recommend these Oakleys. I love Oakleys. I love the customer service that they give. As soon as I told them about it, that it happened, they immediately said, okay, let's get your, they pulled up all my information from the SI website. They pulled up my address. They said, is your address current? I said, yes, it is. They said, well, we are sending you out. And they said, what's it happened to? I said, well, my radar EVs, it's happened to my jawbreakers, and it's happened to my M2s. So they said, we're going to send you out a set of new prism lenses for each one, because these are prisms. And then they said they're going to send me out another pair of the black iridium lenses for this, and a set of prism lenses as well. So I'm getting a set of, I'm actually getting 4 lenses for free. So once I get those in, like I said, I'll give you guys that video and post that up for you guys so you guys can see those. And then they said that they have had to do some things to kind of change that issue. So what they said they'll do is they're just going to give me ones without that coating on it, but they're working on fixing that issue. So hopefully they get that issue fixed. I'm not too worried about it. Like I told them, I said I just really don't need that coating on those lenses. So if you can just send me out some lenses without that coating on it, I'll be super happy, because of where I live in Guam, I just don't want to have to deal with it. So if I see it with some of my other sunglasses, I'm going to be riding with my Tifosis a lot, and if I start to see that with these guys, I'll let you guys know. I'll give you a heads up. If it happens with those, then at that point, really doesn't really matter which sunglasses you buy. But right now, I would recommend, if you're living in a climate like that, get something. Yeah, it's a lot less expensive. Just go with something less expensive that's not going to delaminate like that. So that's my suggestion. And hopefully you guys, if you guys have seen this yourself, leave it in the comments section below. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And like always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button as well. And keep riding.